That's cool.
So technology. Speaking about that, we have effing segues, bro.
We,
I
we we
suck
kept
at
an
them.
eye
I
out for
suck at
this
segues.
article.
Yep. So this is another YouTube channel. If you
Hmm.
scroll down a little bit, this is the I think Illuminati something.
Illuminati? Is that what it said? Yeah, Illuminati.
Oh wow, yeah, Illuminati. Okay, so Illuminati, she basically exposes a lot of companies.
Okay.
Well, she doesn't really expose them because they already been exposed. She just talks about them. She brings them
Shares
to
the truth
light.
with people.
Uh, yeah, she shares the truth with people. So, of course, the most recent thing is the Westboro Baptist Church. That whole
Hmm.
issue being that gives Christians a bad name right there. Then you have therapy. You got the Salvation Army and what they do. That's amazing. I didn't like they burn a lot of clothes. So I didn't even know about that. Goodwill, like she goes into all this stuff.
Hmm.
The For me, I had watched. You see, I watched like a little bit of that multi-level Mondays with the
Hmm.
essential oils because of the whole thing I'm doing. Um,
Hmm.
with the essential oils, this company had made them knew like found out what kind of oils would be the top sellers because they came from another company called Life Something, and they were already an essential oil seller.
Hmm.
So the top level executives broke off from them,
Started up another
created
thing
their
just like it.
own. Yep, started up the other thing just like it, and using the same practices. Started selling oils like they have lemon oil.
Hmm.
It's like 30 milligrams, so like 1 ounce for like $60.
Wow.
Yeah,
For what?
$60. Expensive because the way they marketed it. They marketed it as like
The greatest
purest
thing ever, but it's like the
oil.
same generic
Yeah,
stuff. That's messed
it's
up.
the same generic stuff, and sometimes it's diluted because they're saving money, or there's other chemicals found in it that are actually harmful, like cancer-causing chemicals.
Mm.
And it's crazy because they can market it and they make so much money. And then they had a fight with the first company that they came from because
Mm.
the first company are like they're using our insider secrets to sell their stuff. And what she explained was that could be true because they literally came from the same company,
Mm.
but they was able to fight that and win. And I was just like, damn. And you see them on Amazon on their own site, all these damn like 10 milligrams for like 20, $30. It's crazy how much money they're making.
Mm.
So there's a lot of that kind of stuff. There's also the stuff with wine. Now, this is something that I've seen before. Some
Mm.
red wines are literally the same wine, just different
And
labels.
oh, because people, if you're not into that, you can't tell the difference between one wine and
Yeah,
another.
yeah, yeah. And then you have these people that the sommeliers or whatever, like trying out wines and tasting it. And
Mm.
this one has a note of this one. This one has a note. Literally the same wine, different label. And they're basically saying that this one is this and this one's that. They're putting dollar amounts on bottles, just
Mm.
like in the art industry. Art industry is subjective. If you are someone who can sell art,
Mm.
then you can like value art, or what do you call it? You like when you
Set the
value something,
price.
like when you put a price tag on something. Yeah, it's not really setting a price, but you can basically establish what a painting is worth or what a artist themselves is worth
Mm.
when it comes to their paintings. Like people didn't like Picasso, right? But then when he died, everybody likes Picasso,
Mm.
even though it's basically a little kid can make that shit.
Yeah.
It's like that. So she exposes that kind of stuff, and she does all the research and like puts these kind of video essays together,
Mm.
like one coin and all these other things. So I found this one for I don't know, I forgot where I was looking when I found this one.
Shoot, let me
I want to
sub
say
to
it popped up
sub to her
in
too. Like that kind of stuff.
I want to say it popped up in my Facebook, not Facebook feed, my YouTube feed or something like that. But this is
Mm.
Brightocular. Brightocular Brightocular was a thing for a while, and it's a company that's based in America and had few popular people and
Hmm.
Instagram people actually use them.
Okay.
So she'll explain she'll explain the rest. You can just hit the button.
Now, before I get into the controversies, let's start off with answering the question, who is Brightocular? Originally, when this topic was requested to me in my Discord server, I believe, I thought they might be some shady laser eye surgery place. However, that's not what they are at all. They're actually promoting eye surgery to change the color of your eyes. Not so you can see better, not for medical reasons, this is purely for aesthetic purposes only. But in case you didn't know for some reason, eye color is a genetic thing. Genetic makeup determines the amount of melanin in the eye.
Skip 10
In eye
seconds.
color, there isn't blue or green
Okay.
pigment. All eye colors have the melanin on so that more blue light reflects out so that the eye appears blue. So in order to change this, Brightocular applies artificial iris implants, a method they say was first created for people that have poor vision due to light sensitivities. Now, this much is true. Iris implants are a thing, and they're not making that up. But only a handful of ophthalmic surgeons in the US perform iris reconstructive surgeries because, according to the American Academy of Ophthalmology, they have to endure the red tape, regulatory setbacks, and hours of uncompensated time spent filing documents to obtain permission to implant the devices. Because there are no FDA-approved iris prosthesis, permission is granted to US surgeons through investigational or compassionate use exemptions only. Now, this article was written in 2013, and it wasn't until 5 years later, in 2018, that the FDA approved the first artificial iris. So this is just to say that the technology is new, not terrible or defective, but it's new. And it was approved according to the FDA's website to treat adults and children whose iris is completely missing or damaged. Congenital aniridia is a rare genetic disorder in which the iris is completely or partially absent. It affects approximately 1 in 50,000
You
to
can skip ahead.
100,000 people in the US. Sensitivity to light and artificial things, it's used quite sparingly. Apparently, this technology has been around in Europe for a bit longer than in the US. So again, that's not to say that passionate doctors can't get it right. But I think it's the way Brightocular presents itself that I take issue with. They are a company that does this artificial iris treatment, but just so your eyes look cool. On their front page, they have a slideshow filled with men and women with stunning silver blue, deep green, and blue-green eyes. Like, yeah, they look gorgeous with those eye colors to the point where it looks like it's contacts or heavy photoshopping. Whereas with another doctor that performs the surgery, their photos show how this has been used in patients that need it, and the page states they cannot guarantee a perfect color match and far more disclaimers. I'm not saying this procedure should never ever be done for cosmetic reasons, if it were safe, that is. If you want to make your eyes black from getting them tattooed or get surgery to have them turn blue, well, I've got no right to tell anyone how to spend their money. It's just about the seemingly casual attitude of Brightocular.
See, I would do that if I
rubs
could
me
turn
the
it
wrong
off.
way. Like here on their About page, they say it's not recommended for merely cosmetic purposes, and yet all the shots they have on their homepage and most of the shots on their gallery are just glamour shots of how striking their contacts look. Maybe I'm reading too deep into this, so let's just jump into some real tea, how they've caused blindness.
Bro, T.I.'s wife, dog.
In recent years, stories have
Oh, they got her to do it, or she does
some
it.
of the images are a bit graphic.
She did it.
I apologize in advance for that, but that's kind of your warning as well. One story explains that these prosthetics actually chafe the eye and cause pieces of the iris to fall away.
Welcome back to Good Morning San Antonio. It is 6:43. Changing the color of your eyes, if you're into that sort of thing. Most look to contacts for a temporary change, but there are those who are looking for a permanent change, looking to procedures that might not only result in vision loss, but actually losing the eye.
Doesn't sound like a very good idea. Stephanie Cerner reports local doctors say these eye fads are dangerous and they are not FDA approved. We want to warn you, you may find some of this story kind of hard to watch.
Social media stars Nadine Bruna and her twin sister were offered a chance to change the color of their eyes, but they had to fly to Colombia for the procedure. After the procedure, Nadine lost 50% of her vision.
To my sister, I
Boy.
want to kill myself.
Dr. Tommy Stark, who specializes in refractive surgery,
50%.
the procedure is not approved by the FDA and involves placing a colored silicone implant in front of the iris.
The problem is that that's a location that no contact should be placed there. And just the fact that it's sitting in top of the regular color part of the iris is chafing all the time.
Dr. Stark says that chafing causes
That means
pieces
it's
of
constantly
inside
moving.
the eye and they get clogged
Every
up.
time you move your eye, it's rubbing against that iris.
These patients are very, very light sensitive because there is chronic inflammation inside of the eye. This is potentially blinding procedure as well.
Also potentially blinding, scleral tattooing.
On the scleral tattoo, people try to change the color, the white color of the eye, to a dark color like a tattoo. And they inject the ink or the tattoo under the conjunctiva.
People are dumb.
And, this is performed by people that are not trained to put injections in the eye.
Stark says in many cases, people who get this done, but their entire eye.
And for those who use lenses to change
reminds me of Dead Space.
Dr. Stark says if there's not adequate care, you can develop serious infections. Stephanie Cerna, KSAT 12 News.
And that sounds like a bit of a fucking horror movie to me.
I know.
There's been a lot of recent YouTube videos as well of people speaking out against Brightocular and some needing surgery to remove the implant altogether because of the damage it caused. One woman said that after only 6 to 8 months, she's losing her sight and doctors can't help her. And it's honestly devastating to hear her tell the camera, "I'm gonna go blind, please don't do Brightocular." There's also a pretty graphic video from Eye Associates of South Texas that show an implant removal. If you're curious to see how these things work, I have to say it makes me nauseous a little bit, but you can take a look at it. It is interesting.
Don't worry, we're not going to show that.
And for those of you with weak stomachs, I can't blame you. This thing basically made me gag. Just think of like this little ring, this little weird plasticky looking colored ring that's directly over your iris. It's not an eye contact, it's just a donut shape over the colored part of your eye, and doctors literally have to cut it out. Like, I couldn't watch the whole thing. It was a bit much for me. Gooey eye surgery is just, ugh, it's not my gig. But there are plenty of videos and testimony out there of complications and devastating effects. Tamika, aka Tiny Harris, went overseas for this controversial surgery. ABC News covered the story in 2014. She used Brightocular but traveled to Africa to have it done because Brightocular isn't even legal in the US. Though we'll get more into the business aspects and things like that later.
Bruh.
However, what's truly bothered people about her isn't the fact that she had the surgery done, but how she's essentially going around and advertising Brightocular to others despite the blindness they've caused for many. Harris drew
She looked
fire
better
on
without the
Monday after
contacts.
Yeah, she did.
In an Instagram post that she used Brightocular to make the color change and thanked the doctor who performed the procedure, writing in part, "Huge thanks to the incredible doctors for the amazing experience and for making my dream come true. I hated wearing contacts just for the color and it made my vision blurry. Blessed to say my vision is #perfect after my #ice gray implants. Special thanks to the #Brightocular staff for all that you've done to make this process happen. You're amazing, and thank you to the hospital staff."
She put that in the Instagram post.
Well, she's
Yeah, you might as well just put it on television at that point.
Ocular albinism, aniridia, and iris coloboma, writing, "Brightocular can help you," she wrote. Her post included a caution that any procedure has potential risks, but continued, "No one has gone blind with Brightocular, and the success rate has been close to 100.
Straight up line. Okay.
She also gave her followers a promo code that they could use to get a deal on future Brightocular services.
Maybe she thought it was true, but if you get a promo code, it's probably because you get paid for it.
Advertise this dangerous procedure to her followers, like, fuck that. That's seriously irresponsible. If I ever use my platform to advocate some like risky medical procedure with proven dangers and side effects, like literally unfollow me and take away my.
She must have had some like, I mean,
advertise.
I could be wrong, but like, does she got like plastic surgery? Because like her face, it seems like it's got like this Sylvester Stallone thing going on, like with the nose and stuff.
And she probably
like her face is numb or something.
If she is a person that will surgically implant some shit in her eye, I can't take it. I can't doubt her for like doing a nose job or something.
Yeah, because look at her nose. It's like it's not even. It's like half drooping down. It's just, I don't know. People need to be happy with who they are.
I'm not. You know, I don't.
Bullshit was bad enough on Instagram, but this shit takes it to a whole nother level. Call it controversial if you like, but medical studies have shown this is in fact dangerous, and that alone tells me anyone with a following should not be promoting this procedure as a fun and safe and quirky way to get a fun eye color, because it's not. One article published on July 18, 2018 on the National Library of Medicine from the American Journal of Ophthalmology states this: phakic intraocular lenses, PIOLs, are known to lead to endothelial loss. Much of the damage has been shown to occur in the early post-operative period, consistent with endothelial trauma caused by an anterior segment procedure. Other purported causes of endothelial damage include intermittent endothelial lens touch and persistent inflammation. Which is even inflamed the hair. This article also makes the point that iris implants used for actual medical treatments have received the Conformity European label, indicating compliance with European Union healthcare standards. These implants are typically inserted into the capsular bag or are part of the intraocular IOL lens complex. The safety of these models has been relatively well established, and their purpose is for treating ocular pathology. This is in contrast to the Brightocular and new color iris implants, whose safety has not been adequately demonstrated and whose purpose is primarily elective and cosmetic. Brightocular not only doesn't really compare to the safety of the medical implants, but again, they don't meet healthcare standards. When plastic surgery is cheap, it's cheap for a reason. If a cosmetic procedure is illegal, it's illegal for a reason.
Yep.
No matter how striking those eyes on their website might look, I don't think it's worth it. Besides, blue contacts aren't exactly expensive and they are removable. Now granted, I do know that there are some contact brands out there that do colors that are also just as shitty and can hurt and mess up your eyes, but that's a story for a different day. So let's move on to some of the illegal and shady aspects of the world of eye-changing surgery as promised. One article from ID shed a bit more light on the subject and where it all comes from. Back in 2016, they wrote, Marilyn Manson is the poster boy for unnatural eye color. His single white contact lens is as iconic as it is demonic. And while it's hard to imagine what could be more extreme, the field of cosmetic surgery has now outdone him. See the new trend for surgically, permanently changing your eye color. No contacts required. Just $8,000 and a plane ticket to Mexico. Here's how the procedure works. An incision is made on the surface of the eyeball. Don't watch the hair. Fan on Instagram that her experience wasn't best for the long term, even though her mom's turned out just fine. And yeah, the argument that everyone is different holds true here to some extent. But there's enough people with severe complications that I don't think this should be done in the first place. The ID article continues, but things haven't been so positive for everyone who's undergone the surgery. A patient who wishes to remain anonymous admits in a YouTube video that she changed her eye color last year and already regrets her decision. She says, I just wanted something subtle and natural. My pupils do not dilate anymore and I feel like a vampire. All the little kids are scared of me. And then there are many stories of people who have decided to remove their implants after experiencing complications. One person I spoke with who traveled to Panama for the procedure says that he is suffering from cataracts, red eyes, blurry vision, and secondary glaucoma. Just having the implants in your eyes causes them to swell, he explains. You have to use anti-inflammatory drops for the rest of your life, he says, adding, please don't be that stupid. You're
You can pause it. Man, dude. So the company is here in America, but they can't do any procedures here in America. So they have all these different places out of the country, like in other countries where they do the procedures, whether that be Africa, Mexico, whatever, Panama, Colombia, whatever. And having to go overseas to get a procedure done should already be a red flag for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it shouldn't be that serious, but that's where we are right now. Like, vanity is a thing, and it leads people to do stuff like that. Let me change my eye color because I want those beautiful Instagram photos. I gotta do it for the gram and do it for myself because I don't think I look good enough. That's really what it is. That's what it boils down to.
People are stupid, so I mean, I'm not gonna say they deserve it, but hey, don't be stupid, Facebook. Don't be stupid. Weigh all the pros and cons with any decision you make in life. Real talk.
So you got, I don't know how much I can say that I put stock into Tiny Harris, T.I., or the daughter. At least the daughter just like spoke out about it, like after she changed her eye color. and then talked about the complications that she had, but she at least said it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But her mom literally changed her eyes, and then said it's for
perfectly
everybody.
100%
100%
safe.
success rate.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, and you got people going blind, getting glaucoma. You know, like their vision to them, like someone who was born with vision, their vision is everything. Can you
Just like for most
imagine
people.
losing your vision over that?
Hell no. It's the worst thing you can lose.
Stuff like that, like, and I don't want to make this just about her because, hey, she wants to change her eye color, cool, so be it. Do it. Do whatever. Plastic surgery, whatever. Have fun. You know, I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
It's just the whole idea
Of you
that
promoting it as it's safe when nobody else says it's safe or that it's not approved.
when content creators or celebrities don't think about how much they influence others, it's called influencer for a reason.
Yeah.
It's called being an influencer for a reason. You influence people to do things, either to go eat food at a certain place, wear certain things, look a certain way. You're influencing people.
That's why they put celebrities in commercials.
Yeah, like I don't think that a lot of celebrities and influencers really think about, is this the right message that I want to put out there? Because it's not like, yeah, everyone has their own life, right? And you do that on your own time. But when you get into social media and you start getting a following, now you are not in your own time anymore. You in everybody else's time, where they look at you for like, what do I do next, Beyonce?
Yep.
Go kiss. You know what? It's like, no.
Go beat on your man. There you go.
You know, like,
it's like, man. It's like if you fall in that category, her, Oprah, celebrities, it's like, I never understood that because I don't follow celebrities like that because I'm could really care less what they do with their life as long as they keep making movies. but outside of that, it's that I know I'm not the majority. If anything, I'm on the other side. That's people follow other people's lives way too strongly, and it's like, as far as what they eat, what shoes they got, what they wear, it's like, live your own life. Find out what is your life and live your own life. Stop caring about what other people do.
Bro, Brightocular. If you can't do things the right way,
don't do
get certified, get doctors here.
Yep.
Yeah, don't. Man, it's trash. Like everyone else that needs those kind of things, cool. If you need it, I understand. Yeah. Go get it overseas where they actually study how to do it. There's actually safety practices behind it, and they do it like legally and like the right way. Like don't go cheapo. Like there are certain things that I would go cheap on. Toilet paper isn't one of them.
Surgery is not one of them.
Surgery is the next. You know what I mean? Toilet paper and surgery. I do not go cheap on those things. Yeah. If I can't afford it, I just don't get it. You know, like I'm not doing that. Like I need to go to the dentist now, but because I can't pay $4,000 to go do it right, I'm not going to Colombia to get my molars removed in some back alley in some kind of veterinarian clinic. I'm not doing it. You know,
with a rusty hammer. Just let me knock them out for you real quick.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, you ready to do this? And then he pulls out a string and like he ties it to the door handle. What's going on here, bro? Here, take these pills. You're gonna be fine. What are the pills? They're marked. They have numbers and stuff on them.
They're gonna knock you out. What are these pills? They'll get the job done. Don't worry.
They'll get the job done. They'll get the job done.
Like you're not answering my question.
Tranquilizers. Then all of a sudden, like you pop them and you start seeing people in the corner doing this kind of thing. Like, what are those guys there for? And they got knives and stuff, sharpening their knives, about to harvest my organs.
Wake up with one kidney removed and your teeth out. All the rest of them besides the ones that you wanted out.
You know what I mean? Looking down like, I forgot what movie that was on. He was looking at his side like, what the hell?
I remember there was a Van Damme movie where something like that happened to him too.
Maybe that's what I was thinking about.
Maybe.
But you know, Brightocular. What do you think?
I think it's a shitty practice. It's one of those things where I can lump it into a lot of things in life that a lot of people do that I just don't agree with. But the sad part about it is no matter what, people they're gonna still do it. They're gonna find every different way to skirt the law. They're gonna find every different way to skirt the law so that they could, do what they need to do, and there's gonna be enough dumb people in the world to go get it done. And that's the sad. That's the sad part about it. No matter, everybody in the world can say how bad of a shitty company this is. Let one celebrity or one influencer say, "Oh, I got my eyes done. Don't I look good in my pictures?" And have that person seeing that agree with that mindset, they're gonna go get it done. Just like all the people who they showed, they were like, "Oh, I regret my decision. My eyes are messed up." It's the same thing with any bodily thing, like with the transition surgery. That, let's say, to make people go from female to male or male to female. There's plenty of people who let's say do that thinking one way when they 14 or 15. And then later, when they're in the 20s, they're like, "I wish the doctors told me everything all about it." It's like, well, it's not their place to tell you. It's your place to know what you want.
Yeah.
And know all the pros and the cons and read up on it and all of that stuff. And most people, sadly, they just don't do that. So,
it's also the doctor's fault if they're doing it to the people that are underage.
Yep.
When you say 14, 15, it's like, that sounds more like a malpractice type thing more than it's just you. Yeah, you were an idiot, but also that doctor should not have done that to you in the first place, even with parental consent.
Well, just like anything else. I mean, fly to Mexico, get it done. They don't give a shit. They don't got to abide by the laws that we got. Fly to Africa, just like with this. Yeah. So it's sad, it's messed up, but I mean, if there's a way to do it, people gonna find a way to get it done. And it's the problem is they're not promoting their product in a specific way to let people know of the downfalls before they do it. Like, they should have a big ass disclaimer on their site to be like, "Hey, look, this is for cosmetic only. If you get this done, this could happen to you. But we do have a couple patients who don't have no symptoms." That's how they should be saying.
But a big disclaimer though, they wouldn't make any money. They can't do that.
Oh no! Oh, is that not good? Like, what happened to being doing the right fucking thing?
No, it's not. No, man, it's about the bottom line. You have to control the bottom line. If you don't control the bottom line, then you have no bottom.
I don't know.
But it's just
go get contacts, Facebook. I mean, I don't know how bad contacts can be, but we've been using them for years. I've thought about getting contacts to do the eye color thing, but I mean, I'm content with who I am, so I've never wore contacts, so I don't know how weird the process could be, but they're probably a whole lot safer.
I did it. It sucks. It sucks so much. Like, getting fitted for contacts is okay because all they have to do is like find out like what your ocular shape is, so that way they can find the best ones. Like, that was cool. They just like blow stuff in your eyes and they find this machine that you just put your face on and it just measures everything, and it's fine. It doesn't even touch your eyeball. Okay. I got some contacts, some breathable contacts. Of course, I had to get the hazel ones because I wanted to look like light skin with hazel eyes so I can get all the women. You know what I'm saying? Did not work for me. I remember I was at work because I can't touch my eyeball without blinking. Like, I'm looking dead at my eye, and everything in my soul is like, "What are you doing? Close your eye, man. Don't touch it."
It's too close to your eye, yeah.
I'm literally in the bathroom. I remember I was working at the airport. I had like an hour. Well, I didn't have an hour. My first 15-minute break, I went to the bathroom trying to put my contacts in. I was in there for over an hour diddling with my eye, dog. Just like, I remember I got
so close to the mirror. You'll make yourself go blind.
Bro, I know, right? I sat. Oh, you know what? I'll get to that part. I sat onto the counter.
Oh, so that was
and I
another
was
part
like,
you did in the
"Get
bathroom."
beer, just yeah. I was doing this. Like I was trying so hard, and I remember I had like kept hitting my eye, but it would never go in. So it would just irritate my eye so much. So I would have to like rinse it off, rinse my finger off, put it back on there, and then try again. And I'm like,
See, they always make it look
like,
easy
it
in the
was
movies.
freaking
They
me
just be
out.
like, "Bam, it's in," or "Bam, let me take it out."
No, that's how they show it. You know what I mean? Like it's that easy. I'm like, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. Shit's difficult. And I like difficult because I know when something touches my eye, it doesn't feel good. It's just an inner thing that tells you close your eye or don't touch it.
You have to fight your instincts
And
to fight against it.
Bro, when I finally put it in there, I had so much eye irritation that I had like milk coming out of my eye. And like it was white, it was a white watery substance. Basically, it was like white blood cells trying to fight off any infection that was getting into my eye because I kept messing with it. And then I finally popped the other one in, and I'm like, these are never coming out. Like I am not, finally I did end up removing them, of course. But there was another a coworker there. She always had brown contacts in. She would leave hers in for a month.
Like you're supposed to take them out like every night, right?
You're supposed to take them out every night
But
to let your eye breathe.
Won't that mess up your eye if you leave
It
it
will
in
make
there?
it worse. Yes. But for her, she was just like me. She didn't like touching her eyes. But I'm like, I went like as soon as that happened, the next week I was like, give me glasses. Because they gave me sample contacts. Like, here, try them out, see if you like them. I was like, man, I'm so glad they gave me those samples first so I can go back and just actually get eyeglasses. It's like, man, no, I'm good, bro. I'm good on that.
See, like I think with me, it's like I can touch my eye, but like the thing is with me, like every time like my face or my eye itches, I'm always in my eye doing one of these like 50 million times a day. So yeah, I'd probably rub them out if I had them.
Yeah. If you have like, well, see, like when you rub your eye, it just depends on why you're rubbing your eye. But that's actually how I would get my contacts out. I would rub my eye and then like open them and then I'll just like slide out. But they give you eye drops so that way you don't rub your eye. So usually when your eye is well hydrated, you have no need to like rub your eye at all. Last story of the day. Well, it's not really a story. It's just something we want to showcase. It was this other YouTube channel